What's going on, everybody? It is Thursday, the 5th of September, 2024. Still, unfortunately, it's 7 a.m. here in Germany. This is the Insanity Report for today. And we're going to talk about, like I told you yesterday, we're going to discuss the Tim Pool lawsuit against the Harris-Walz campaign for, I believe it would be classified as defamation. We're going to get into that, but first, I read another story last night or early this morning, explaining that the U.S. has basically stolen Nicolas Maduro's private plane. So they seized it, right? It's the president of Venezuela's plane, right? And they seized it. And their excuse is, they say that, look, this plane was bought through shell companies illegally because we have sanctions against Venezuela. I don't know exactly what the sanctions are for. I don't know why the U.S. is doing it. I doubt that most American people, American citizens, know anything about this and why. That's because the American citizens have let their government run completely rampant, avoid and evade all checks and balances, and therefore the government and its agencies and organizations are doing a whole bunch of shit that nobody has any idea why they're doing it. And that's crazy to me. And it's especially crazy since now everybody knows it because it's happening in plain sight. They're not even trying to really hide it anymore. They're basically just doing whatever the fuck they want regarding whatever the fuck they deem necessary. And that's it. And everybody just lays down like dogs and accepts this shit. So how is it acceptable? I'm sorry. Because it's the United States. What if fucking Nicolas Maduro, right? What if he seized President Biden's plane and he was like, look, you guys have sanctions against us. So now, in retaliation to those sanctions, we're just going to fucking take Air Force One. And if you want it back, you're going to have to fight us for it. Right? Now, the fight between Venezuela and America probably wouldn't be that long, but it's unnecessary over a fucking airplane. Right? So now they're starting shit with Venezuela. For what reason? You know what I mean? What reason can the American government give the people of America as justification for the fact that they are just picking a fight with a dude that's the president of another country that we have nothing to fucking do with? How is that okay? If anybody else does it, it's not okay. European Union people, these fucking hypocrites, would be up in arms if Russia did that shit. Oh my God, they'd be like fucking losing their shit because, oh my God, how dare Russia do anything that we don't like? And if anybody else did it, it would be a fucking drama. But if the United States just rips off another president's plane, it's cool. And the reason is, well, you know, hey, look, we say it was bought through shell companies, and then Maduro flies around in it, and that goes against the sanctions, guys, that we put on them, that we just sucked out of our thumb, you know what I'm saying, and basically imposed on another country because that country did something that we didn't approve of. Did Venezuela attack America? Did I miss something? I don't think so, right? So what the fuck does America have to do with fucking Venezuela? Oh, they think that Maduro is not really the president because the elections were rigged in his favor? Well, fuck, that's rich coming from America, guys. I don't think, 2020 was only 4 years ago, so I know I'm fucking old enough to remember that America did basically the same shit as the Venezuelan guy probably did. I just don't care about the elections in Venezuela. You know what I mean? If the shit is rigged, the people are going to have to fucking do something about it. It can't be up to me. It can't be up to the United States to be the policeman of the world. Are they rescuing the people of Venezuela? Are they going to go in and use force? No. They're just condemning and moral high grounding and virtue signaling and then saying, hey, look, fuck you. We can take your goddamn plane and there's shit you can do about it. That's bully shit. It's no wonder a bunch of other countries hate the West and hate the United States. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? The United States has fought like 80 fucking wars. You know what I mean? since its founding, in the name of implementing democracy, of bringing democracy. There's no place America has ever invaded, except for maybe Europe because of the fucking Second World War. But no other place, no Arabic country, no fucking other Middle Eastern country that America has ever gone in, illegally, which is basically all the time, that has ever gone into and then brought democracy. These places, none of those places are a fucking democracy. As a matter of fact, the last place they were busy spreading democracy was Afghanistan for 20 fucking years, cost millions of lives, billions and trillions of dollars, and now it's being run by the Taliban, which I know is not exactly the pillar of democracy, and so do you. So where the fuck does America get off making up some story about why they stole Nicolas Maduro's plane? Do they think everybody is dumb and fucking retarded? The days of relying on media to cover your ass is over, people. Get it. These politicians and these fucking government organizations got to understand that this gaslighting shit is not working anymore. Not on any front. I mean, especially not on people like me. I'm sorry. Now, do I like Nicolas Maduro? I don't know. I don't know the fucking guy. Is he doing all the shit that is terrible to the people in his country? I also don't know that for a fact. I don't live there. I don't know. I do know that I watched the guy pull an empanada out of his drawer on national television while he was addressing a starving country, allegedly. But yeah, and he pulled out an empanada and ate it on TV while he was giving a speech. That's a bastard. That's a fucking asshole, all right? So probably, if that kind of, gives any indication of what kind of guy Nicolas Maduro is, he's probably a prick. But he's not my problem. I don't live in Venezuela. I've got nothing to do with Venezuela. I've got so many problems in my own existence. I don't have time to worry about if Nicolas Maduro stole the fucking election, right? And now America is just basically going over there and stealing his plane. I think it's crazy. It's crazy. Who knows if the story's true? And it doesn't even matter. Because who is America to impose sanctions on another country that didn't do shit to them? Right? So, I don't know. It seems off to me. It seems odd to me that fucking America can just go around and do what they're also with the shit with the Russian billionaire shit. They just take their boats because well, you're Russian. You know what I'm saying? You're Russian. So fuck you. Give me your goddamn yacht. And there ain't shit you can do about that either. That's bananas. Right? That's bananas. It's fucking crazy. America is completely off track. The American government is totally fucking lost. They're lunatics. It's crazy. Sorry. Unacceptable. Unfucking acceptable. So now we move over to the Tim Pool lawsuit, which I told you guys about yesterday. All right? Tim Pool, if you don't know who that is, he is a hugely famous YouTuber. He's got a show every night called Timcast IRL, about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Different awesome guests. He's interviewed Trump. He's interviewed thousands of people. You know what I mean? It's great. It's a great show. I like it. I like Tim Pool. Yeah? A lot of people don't like him because he's like milquetoast. They think he's milquetoast or fence sitter. I don't know. I think he's got pretty good positions, pretty solid positions on things. And, it's an entertaining show. I like it. So Tim Pool was talking on one of his shows to Laura Loomer, if you know who that is, basically a Trump personality. They were discussing that Democrats should be in jail. Not all Democrats. Tim Pool is basically saying, look, there are Democrats, but there's also Republicans. There's a lot of people in power that probably ought to be in jail if we really, consider the laws the way they're written and, the laws for everybody, everybody's saying law, blah, 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 no two-tier justices, none of that shit. So, yes, that's true. The Democrats are probably a high percentage of those, right? Let's be honest. We've watched them with our own eyes, since COVID at least, get away with tons of corruption, tons of illegality, tons of skirting the laws, tons of bending the rules, tons of breaking the rules, stealing elections, etc., 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 etc. They've gotten away with madness in front of our own eyes. So should Democrats be in jail? Abso-fucking-lutely. That's Tim Pool's point, right? That's what he was saying. And then Laura Loomer chimes in and said, well, actually, they should get the death penalty. And Tim cut the show because he didn't want to have anybody on his show promoting the death penalty. And basically what the Kamala Harris campaign did with that show, right? They clipped that part with Laura Loomer saying the death penalty, and then they accused Tim Pool publicly of being a Trump operative, which means which would imply that he's getting paid by the Trump himself or the Trump campaign in order to advertise for him, to bring his viewers to Donald Trump, right? That's not true, okay? The Kamala Harris campaign has no proof that Tim is a paid operative by Trump. I don't believe it. Could he be? Of course, because we don't get that information, right? He'd be trying to hide that, right? But I seriously doubt it. But I haven't seen any proof, right? And if they had proof, they would have fucking put the proof. They don't. So they called Tim a Trump operative that is basically pioneering for the roundup of Democrats and anybody that doesn't support Trump and give them the death penalty. That's what they are saying that Tim Pool said. And in the clip, of course, anybody with a fucking brain and two fucking ears can hear that is not what Tim Pool is saying. He is saying there are Democrats that should go to prison. They should be investigated. They should give it a trial. They should go to prison. Like, that's the process, right? Now, Laura Loomer makes the point, well, some of them should be given the death penalty. Well, that might be a little extreme. I don't think the government should decide the death penalty for anybody because a lot of the times their shit is wrong. I don't trust them about anything. Either they're wrong or they're lying. That's pretty much the trend. That's pretty much the trend I'm used to, right? So I'm not going to give them the benefit of the doubt when it comes to the death penalty. Sorry, no, sorry. But Laura Loomer's point is, 100 years ago, I don't think much longer ago, but let's say 100 years ago, the politicians of today that would have been caught doing the things that they have done in front of our face would have been hung for treason. That's the death penalty. That's true. You know what I'm saying? That's true. Obviously, the West has softened. America has softened in their application of death penalty for treason because that was the way it was. If you got convicted of treason, that was the end, no matter what. It wasn't like a negotiation or take a plea bargain or any shit. They were like, okay, treason, that's it. Get your neck ready, right? And what's wrong with pointing that out? I don't want the government deciding the death penalty, so I don't advocate for these people to be killed. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But if I could trust the government and I could trust the death penalty was only implemented on people that were actually guilty beyond any reasonable doubt whatsoever, any evidence whatsoever. It's got to be like fucking unbelievably foolproof, which I think is very difficult to establish. But okay, let's assume you can. Then I would be like, okay, yes, these treasonous motherfuckers got to die. Right? Now that's just a conversation that two people are having on Tim Pool's podcast. That is not him saying, I want Trump, I'm advocating for Trump to instate a rogue Department of Justice to go after Democrats specifically and round them up whether they have done something or not and have them killed. That's basically what Democrats would do probably if they could. I mean, they're trying everything they can to do exactly that. You know what I'm saying? They're going after Republicans. They're going after the former president. They're using lawfare to do it. They're bending the rules. They're breaking the rules. So they're doing exactly what they're accusing Tim Pool of wanting Trump to do, which is not what Tim Pool said. So the moral of the story is they have completely defamed his character. This could have detrimental effects on his viewership and his show for the dumbasses out there that believe the Kamala Harris campaign. It's not great, and Tim Pool is taking a stand. And the stand is, he is suing the Harris Walz campaign for twisting his words around and using it as a campaign message that Trump operatives and the people that support Trump are going to do whatever they can do to get the people in power and in places of power that they need to so that all Democrats can be wiped off the fucking face of the earth. That's bananas, okay? And we need to support Tim in any way. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that because, look, taking a stand like this is going to be very expensive. And he's fighting an uphill battle because he's going against the self-licking ice cream cone of the government. They usually side with themselves. I mean, that's lately been the trend, right? Only the Supreme Court has basically been like, well, you know, they've been intervening in some shit or taking cases in some things and making decisions about things that are very important and are keeping these tyrants at bay a little bit. But other courts, normal courts, every other court, I haven't seen anything. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen anything. They've done nothing. They've done, basically been shills for the government. So it's going to be a hard case for Tim to go. But anybody that has money, anybody that has the ability to fight these people also in court with their money, fight them in the public court of opinion, and fight them and take them on for all of the wrongful shit that they do to any citizen, right? You know, the fact that they didn't have a primary for Kamala Harris, that just anointed her queen. I think rich-ass fucking Democrats should sue because their vote wasn't counted. You know what I'm saying? It's not a democratic process. They should fucking take her to court. Sue them on every angle you can. Sue them on every aspect you can. The same goes for the media. So everybody, like Elon Musk, in this case Tim Pool, everybody that is fighting back with their money because they have it, and they can. They're fighting for all of us that can't do it, because I couldn't take on Kamala Harris's campaign in court. It'd be broken in 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? The system is rigged against it. So it's uphill, it's tough. Only people that have the means can do fights like this. And we need to support them in every way. I hope that Tim Pool kicks Kamala Harris's ass in court, and that they learn, because these people have to be slapped around a little bit, or they're going to keep bullying everybody. You know what I mean? If nobody stands up to the bullies, they're going to continue to bully everybody, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. You know what I mean? So people like Tim Pool, we've got to support him just for this reason alone. Even if you don't like his show, you should like what he stands for. You should go and support him in any way you can. I don't know if there's some sort of fundraising deal, but what would really help him, I know, is if you became a $10 a month member on Timcast IRL website. Then you also get bonus content, stuff like that. Check him out. You know, Tim Pool, Timcast IRL on YouTube. Check him out. Really. It's a cool show, and for this, he definitely deserves props and deserves support in any way he can get it, because it's going to be a expensive uphill battle. But if he wins, it's just going to show them one more side that, ho, wait a minute, you can't get away with this with everybody. And that's going to put them back in their box. And they're going to have to go sit in the corner and think about it. And that's what we need to start doing, is start pushing them into the corner. No, on every front. So on the financial front, on the free speech front, we need to keep speaking up, speaking louder, speaking crazier. That's pretty much it. Start antagonizing them. Start pissing them off. That's what we need to do. We need to show these people, no. You're not going to push us around all the time for the rest of our lives. That's it. It's over. We need to show them. So that's Tim Pool's deal, and I think it's great. Guys, if you are watching this for the first time, you would want to subscribe to my Substack. Down below are the links. You can do it for free. You can do it for $5 a month, which I would, of course, greatly appreciate. If you want to get all my articles, the daily or the weekly rant, the insanity report, the podcast recommendations, you want to get them all in your inbox right away when they're published, instead of having to wait until they're posted on social media or look around for them. You'll get them directly in your inbox as soon as they're published if you subscribe to my Substack. So I'd appreciate it if you did so. And if you're watching this on any other channel like Rumble or TikTok or X, you can follow me there. That's also cool. I'm down with that. But I would appreciate it if you even still became a free member, at least to the Substack, because you'll get everything concentrated there in your email, which is much easier than sifting through posts on social media, let's be real. All right, guys, that's it for today. We'll see you on tomorrow's Insanity Report. Hopefully you guys have a good one. Peace.